When you ever faced with adversity, look at that as an opportunity to grow. I say this time and time again. Do not hang your head down low just because you're going through a tough situation. Like, yo, you could be down and out. You ain't got no money, lost your job, lost your house, whatever the case may be. Don't let that shit be the defining moment of who you are and let that be the end all be all. Because you got to understand at the end of the day, in order for you to get and tap into that greatness, tap into that type of hunger, you need to go through those times. You need that shit. Like that's gonna be the very thing that catapults you to that whole nother level. You need that shit. Don't stray away from that from adversity. Don't stray away from obstacles. Fight through that shit. Run through that shit. Cause I'm trying to tell you, yo, how life is set up. Life is not set up to just be all easy and just be cold and study. That shit is gonna be hard as fuck. And even though you overcame this situation, it don't mean you're not gonna have another situation that's gonna come to your that just bust you in the mouth. But see, you gotta be the type of person that when you get hit in the mouth, yo, you realize gotta learn how to roll with that shit and keep pushing. You got to. That's the only way you can be able to tap into your greatness. I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't sit up here and just be negative and feel like, it's over. Fuck that shit. Nigga, man, you ride your shit till the wheels fall off. That's what you do. You don't sit up here and get all, self-pity and feel all bad and feel all, I just can't. No, fuck that shit, bruh. Fuck that. Nigga, you great. You great. You gotta realize that shit. And sometimes this shit can it can come from not doing self-development. When I mean self-development, I'm talking about nurturing your mind, keeping that strong mentality, especially if you're born on the 7th, the 4th, the 5th, even the 3rd. Whatever. You have to stay in that abundance mindset. You got to keep yourself above sea level. Like, yo, you got to stay on your shit. You got to be consistent when it comes to feeding your mind, because if you don't, this little life shit that happens to everybody, because everybody got problems, everybody going through something, you can overcome this shit so much easier when you continue to occupy your mind and your attention to something that's gonna feed you and nurture you spiritually, psychologically, mentally, emotionally. It's gonna keep you in the up and up. And you don't look at shit as, it's bad. Every time I look at opportunity, every time I look at adversity, I look at the opportunity to grow. I'm going to grow from this. I'm about to grow from this. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened, what may occur. I'm coming out of this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going hard, and I'm not going to let nothing stop me. You have to have that mentality, yo. You have to have that mentality. If you don't have that mentality, yo, you will get eaten up alive in this world. You got to build yourself to be trained for war. And it ain't got to necessarily be for combat, but mentally, you got to be strong. You have to be strong. You got to keep your mind occupied. If you already know you're a person that don't got a lot of support, you don't got a lot of people backing you, you got to keep yourself in tune. You got to keep yourself in tune. Listen to Les Brown. Listen to Jim Rome. Listen to Zig Ziglar. Listen to Ray Lewis. Whoever you need to listen to, E.T. Whoever you need to get you mentally right for the day. Listen to them. Even when you're going through your most greatest times, listen to these people, because these going to be the individuals that keep you, it ain't going to keep you, that remind you of who the fuck you are. It remind you who you are. Remind you how great you are. It remind you got God within you, yo. Like, yo, you got to have that mentality, dog. I call it the Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality. You got to have that shit. You got to take every bad thing that happened to you, you need to take that shit, put that shit in a box, and when it's time to get up and do some great shit, you unleash that motherfucker. That's what you do. You got to unleash it. That's what I'm be saying. You need some of these bad times. You need them. You need them. That's what's going to make you into who you are. That's what's going to make you into who you are. Not no little coward, not no little pity person that's waiting for somebody to come save them, think Jesus is going to come save you. You're going to need to come to save yourself. It's about mentality. It's about effort. When you put in that effort every single day, your life would change. Damn, yo, I don't know, man. Man, look, do something. Read something. You just do something. Don't just sit there and just be pitiful and then try to spread that shit. No, get away from me with that shit. Bro. Man, look, you're going to have to do something. This book, one of my favorite books by Shed